Alright guys, so it's been a little bit since I've been to this pond. Figured I might as well try to get out. We've had a ton of rain, so water is just dark as can be. Still wanted to try to get out, do a little bit of fishing. Might as well start out with top water. Alright, looks like top water's a no. May have to try some, I don't know, probably try my crankbait and then switch over to the chatterbait. Maybe even throw a worm in here a little bit. See what happens today. I have a few friends that are fishing kayak tournament this weekend. And I mean, the lake they're fishing is not a real cloudy lake, and it looks like straight chocolate milk right now. And the bite is tough. My buddy Jeremy Hickman right now is leading with 80 inches, and it's a lake that'll put up 90 plus, but I don't know that there's a chance of that this weekend. So I'd say that 80 inches is going to be a pretty good limit. And would love to see Jeremy end up with a top 5 finish. Alright, so no crankbait, no top water. Let's go ahead and throw out the chatterbait a little bit. See if we can get one. I actually did have one come up and try to hit the crankbait right as I got it to the bank, but just missed it. But I threw probably 20 more casts after that and didn't have another follow, so I think it just happened to be like right at the right spot. There we go. There's my first fish on this. There we go. He wanted it. When the lure is just about as big as the bass. Alright, little bitty guy. Probably what, 10 inches maybe? Go ahead and let him go. That one was right up on the bank too. Alright, there is a reason why I've said a chatterbait is in my top spring lures. And it is definitely effective in this nasty water. Super, super muddy with all this rain. That size is really a decent one out of this little bitty pond. I think it was a crappie that bit at the crankbait earlier. That's what it looked like. I've never caught one in this little pond, but I've actually heard there are some. I've heard there's actually some decent ones in this pond, but I have never had one bite, so I don't know. That's a better fish. I'm gonna guess this is a catfish with the size. Yeah, it's a catfish. Chatterbait will definitely catch cats. It's a pretty good catfish, which I seem to catch some decent ones out here, and almost always on the chatterbait. I was already missing a pincher on here before that bite. He went ahead and took the other one, but this actually still swims pretty well, even with just that little tail on it. There we go. That's a good bass. I thumped it once and then came back for a second. That is a good bass. Look at that. There we go. That's the best one I've caught out here this year. I caught a few nice ones last year, but that's probably 14, 15, something like that. Alright, unfortunately it's time to head back to work. It was a nice little trip. Caught some fish. The lawnmower blade has definitely been the lure of choice. In black and blue with this muddy water, it works out perfectly. Been beating it off the rocks, as you can see, scratched up the head, but the action's still there where it needs to be, and everything is working properly. I'm still running the imitator chatter, or still running the imitator trailer on it, but As you can see, both the pinchers have been bit off, but it still has great action even with those pinchers bit off. Unless I'm getting a lot of bites, if I have them bit off, I'll normally just go ahead and run the chatterbait the way it is. And then when I start, you know, triggering more bites, sometimes I'll switch back out to that. Kind of a waste of a trailer when the bite is slow like it is. Thanks for watching, guys.